Hey guys, Gon here. So a lot of people were asking me on my video from yesterday if there are other units that could be used besides Hell, because maybe you guys don't want to pull for it. I actually got lucky. I was able to finally 6-6 my Hell. I got lucky on my last couple summons, so I finished her off. Um, and I wanted to show another team that could be used. Unfortunately, I don't think there could be another unit that could replace Thor. She just works really well with unknowns, and she just does so much damage that is impossible. Same with Freyr. Freyr is also just really good because he has a double death damage, and he does hit pretty hard. But the thing that also just makes him so great, besides the fact that his passive gives everybody all stats on your team, he also just makes all the single target attacks that you use, everybody just hits so much harder. Obviously, there is no replacement for Jormungandr for the Deer because she's just broken. She gives you a heal, she gives you a rank up, her ult gives you a damage increase, and then you have the remove debuffs, and you also get all stats here, which again it's just so broken. You can't ever replace Jormungandr. But the unit that we're gonna replace Hell with is Miguelda. And I'm going to be playing a little bit differently than I did yesterday. I'm trying to do a little bit more free-to-play friendly because I know that mine was a whaley and people were commenting that they were unable to kill Eikthyrnir on their first turn. So what we're going to replace Hell with is the red Miguelda. She has an ult drain, which really isn't that. I mean, it's kind of helpful. It stops getting ulted, but the main reason that we're going to be using her is she has this cleanse, which is pretty nice. She has the ult, which does a decent amount of damage. She has the passive. The passive is actually really good for Demon Beast. It says increases allies' HP related stats by 6% up to 30%, and fills one orb in ultimate move gauges every time the hero uses a skill in Demon Beast battle. So she helps you rush your ults faster, and she also will every time that you use a skill, it will make your team heal more and it'll make them tankier. And then luckily, if she also removes a debuff, the hero skill will recover 20% of their max HP. We're not looking at the relic doesn't work here. We're mainly just looking at the passive. So I'm going to show you how I used Miguelda to clear. Again, I do think the Hell team is better because Hell hits harder, and you're also kind of gimping yourself a little bit because only one of her cards counts as an attack, the other one's a cleanse. But it's definitely usable, just a little bit more lucky that you need. Card set is not the same one I was using yesterday. I was using the dog set to again kill the phase 1. The card set that I am using here is the deer set, and you need this set to become immune to freeze, because the deer is going to freeze you on the second turn of the 4-1. Gear wise, same as yesterday. I did switch over. I did switch to for Freyr and Thor. I did switch to just regular defense because the defense, I don't really think they get hit that much, and it doesn't really matter that much. I'm still a little bit worried about Miguelda and Jormungandr getting hit quite a bit, so that's why I gave them the special gear. Link gear, I just want these two to hit as much hard as possible, and I want the other two to kind of tank. That's why I gave Miguelda tier, because tier gives you more defenses because of his unity. Alright, let me show you guys how to clear this with Miguelda. Alright, so what we're going to do is I do the same first turn every single time. I use the Freyr Cleave, I use the Miguelda Drain, and I use Double Thor. You want to use Miguelda cards as often as possible, especially in the beginning, because what Miguelda does is she gives you these HP related stats every time you use a card. And when you use one of her cards, she's going to fill up everybody's ult orb, which can help you stack the cards that you need. The reason why I do this order particularly is because I want to rank up my other skills, and then I'm going to use the Thor attack to hit a little bit extra hard. Since I'm not killing him turn 1, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to get rid of those pesky debuffs that he applies on you, because they're just really annoying. Alright, so you'll notice he applied these really annoying gray debuffs on me. What these do is they do 10% of your max HP when you use skills. They're really annoying if you keep them on you for the entire fight. So basically what you want to do is you just want to make sure that you have your Megelda ready to go, and then you're going to, sorry, I said this wrong. You want to make sure your Megelda has max ult, and you want to keep her cleanse card, and the reason why you want to do this is because when she has max orbs, she can't be frozen, and then the next turn when everybody is frozen, I'm going to be able to cleanse them away. So what I'm going to do is I want to build up some ults. I have a decent amount of cards for everybody. I'm going to probably use a lot of the Thor to kill it next turn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build up the Freya so he can use his ult. And because I didn't attack, I didn't take any extra damage. You'll notice he has these really annoying buffs on him. What these buffs do is they will restore so much of his HP if he's attacked. So you'll see each one will restore 30,000 HP, which is why after I cleanse, I'm going to use the buff script right here. That should kill all of these buffs on him. And then I want to kill him so I don't have to worry about him anymore. Luckily, I'm going to get ult gauges for these people. So the sprayer will have ult next turn. And then I'm going to use my Thor. So she has her ult and she should be able to kill here, I think. Get rid of those pesky buffs. And Thor should be able to kill because Thor hits like a truck. And actually he's not that healthy. I got some nice rank ups in case I need them. And we cleared out phase 1. So now that we did that, all of those pesky buffs are gone. Now we have to get rid of these pesky buffs. Just like last time in my last video, we're going to get rid of them the same exact way. 2 red attacks will remove the green damage reduction. 2 green attacks will remove the blue damage reduction, and 2 blue attacks will remove the red damage reduction. As I said to you guys in my last video, I always like to do green first if possible, because when I use the green, it'll put my blue back, and if I don't have the blue damage, I can pretty much more or less kill it. The only thing that you have to be mindful of is you can only use that card type for a turn. So since I'm using green, I can't use any other green cards. I also want to build up the Gormagandr ult, so I have that when I need it. And then I also want to be mindful that he is going to apply an infect to me, and the infect will make me not be able to heal back up. I also want to see if I can, possible with either this phase or the next phase, use some Megelda cards. That way I can build up her passive more, because right now I only have 12% HP stats, which really isn't that great. So I'm going to skip my turn now for the rest of the turn, and hopefully next turn I get maybe one more Thor card, so I can just go to town on it with my Thor next turn. So, see, the blue is all gone now. Although, again, unfortunately, I did not get that many Thor cards. I don't know if this is going to be enough to kill with Thor. I'll certainly try. Thor doesn't really care about getting hit because Thor hits like a truck anyway. So I'm just going to go to town with Thor, and hopefully I can finish it next turn. Because what will happen is, since I do have this Gormagandr ult, the double Thor attack will make it so the greens are finally usable next turn. So let's see how well this works. Okay, it's actually pretty close. Oh, I'm sorry. The blue will... I said it wrong. The blue will remove the red. So now I just want to use blues. Sorry, I want to use reds to kill it. I want to make sure I save a little bit of these reds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to honestly use Gelda. And then I'm going to use, I still have 1, 2, 3. I want to keep, honestly, I'm just going to finish it off with the prayer ult. That way I have 3 red cards. Sorry, we'll do this round. We're going to do this to build up the ult gauge and the passive. Then we're going to use the Magelda. And if we don't kill, we have the Freyr to finish it off. And this should be fine. I don't think I need the Freyr. Yeah, we're fine. Alright, for this phase, what you need to do is you need to use 3 of one color. Otherwise, what he's going to do is he's going to go to town with this Fierce Rush, which will do 20,000% of your max HP. I'm going to do the double attack. I'm going to do that, and then I think this is fine. And then I have the 3 green cards I can use if I really need to. My Magelda stacks are at 4, so I only need 1 more of those. So I am healing a decent amount per turn. So I think this is pretty good to do. So we'll see how this works. I want to try to keep 1 of each color here, especially so I can build up cards for next turn. Reds are always going to be the easiest because I will have more red cards, assuming I draw the attacks of Magelda, which I did. I have green, 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 and I also have red, red, red. I think I'm going to do red, 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 because what will happen is if I do red, red, and red, I will have the Magelda, I will have the Freyr ult for the next turn. Though and I'll get the Thor ult too, so I could possibly kill it next turn if I need it. This is probably the best bet. Though I could maybe kill, but do I want to take that chance? We'll keep it for now. We'll see how it works. Okay, I got plenty of Thor cards, so I should be able to use Thor for next turn anyway. His Oxidize is a little annoying. What that will do is that will just D-rank, but I don't have any silver cards right now anyway. I could get silver cards with the Jormungandr, but there's no need. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. Actually, I'll just do the ult, apply the passive, this, and that should be enough. Oh, I didn't even need to use all of that. If I wanted to show a nice clean break, I would have just reset, but I want to show a nice and perfect run. Alright, so basically now that we're here, he has these immortality buffs just like last time. You want to follow the color cycle, that way you can be stronger. Unfortunately now the Oxidize will hit me a little bit at the end, but it's not that big of a deal. You just want to follow the standard color cycle, so what I'm going to do is green, blue, and red. Hopefully, I can draw another Thor card. I wish I didn't use that second one right there. So green, blue, red. Actually, what I'll do is I'll move this. Green, blue. I wish I had a Magelda card, because if I had one of her attacks, I would have a guaranteed Thor ult. Okay, I got one. Whew. Again, I'm going to use green, blue, and red. So green, blue. I have a Thorl next turn and a red. I don't see why there's a reason why I wouldn't merge these. You'll notice those buffs are going away on him, and that's because he's getting too many of them and he'll purge them off them. This time, you'll notice all the original attacks are gone, so I'm going to do this green, that'll strip them, blue, red, and hopefully that should be enough to finish it off. I don't think I have another green card, so yeah, let's do, I do have another green card. So now he has these, he's still taking damage. He's immune to stance cancel. I don't really care about this. I'm pretty sure that if I just use the blue, red, green, I think this should kill him. Let's do this in the beginning just to be sure. So we got blue, red, green. We good? There you go. So that's how you can clear with Miguelda. Again, you do have to get lucky and try to reset sometimes to get the cards that you need. But you can see, wow, a really good drop again. It really wasn't that bad. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. Peace out.